By this point, I'm sure many of y'all already have questions about who I am. Does it matter? If I say I am He, you will say I'm boasting or that I am not. If I say that I'm a nobody, you will call me a liar. So let's just meet in the middle and just say I'm a follower of Christ like anybody else. Follower of the truth, or a follower of experiences and lessons, no different than anybody else in this lifetime. And that being said, let's take a lot of my past videos and just add them and put them all together into one. Everybody's wanting to go to heaven. As above, so below. We already know by scripture that heaven has already been at war. So now trust is limited. No different than trust in a nation, anywhere in this world. Now, us as humanity, heaven, being another, you might as well call them alien. If they're not from this world, then what else you call them? We call our own people outside of our own nation alien. So therefore, what else can you call it? So now, if we want to be a part of this alien species colony, let's just say, then first and foremost, we must show trust. And not only trust, but appreciation for what it's offering. And if we can't take accountability for our past actions and the things our ancestors has done, or even look into it with the right state of mind, then how can we gain that trust? Especially when we wage wars in our own world. They have to take all these things into consideration. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, before anybody, goes out the way and keeps trying to recite scripture or keeps going by scripture, you got to remember most of that scripture was written by man. Or all of it, pretty much. Just take that in consideration. It's no different than gossip. He was going to write what they want to. And I'm not saying, that none of it's true, because there's a lot of it that is true, but there's a lot of it misinterpreted is what I'm getting at. And it's meant to be that way for a reason. And until we understand these things and understand what it takes to bring heaven on earth, then we will never go to that higher point, our higher selves, our highest peak, to be in heaven itself. We have to show as a worldly collective, as a general collective, that we can do this. It shouldn't be one person, or a few people being chosen. Everybody should have a chance, and the right chance. And if we don't take these things into consideration, if we don't try to access that wisdom that's already there the right way, and start looking outside of society's norm and society's standards and what they think it should be taught like, then we're never going to bring heaven to earth before we can elevate to heaven itself.